Hi guys, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your support. If you're interested in subscribing to the Patreon channel, all of that information is in the video description menu in the drop down below the video on YouTube. So if you go to any of my daily forecasts, you can find information there on how to book a private reading, how to follow me on my socials, how to subscribe or where to subscribe at Patreon. And you can get the daily forecast over there a day early. There's also other things like exclusive voting powers on which decks get used, things like that. For those of you that pay attention daily, the new deck poll is up for the month of June. So please go over there and vote. I have 3 tarot decks that have been not unboxed yet. They're brand new to me, and so I do not know what's inside the boxes. Once we have a winner for June, I will do an unboxing video, and it will be used for the June forecasts. We only have a few days left of May, so please, for those of you that do watch this that are on my Patreon, please go over and vote for which tarot deck you want to see, and then I'll figure out which oracle I'm going to pair it with. All right, so this is the daily forecast. It's broad spectrum, so know that I speak in broad terms because it's out there to reach as many people as possible. It's sort of like your spiritual weather report. If it fits, great, use it. Take parts of it that work for you. If some parts don't, that's okay. It doesn't mean anything's wrong or broken. You just may be working on something different at this time. It is originally created for Saturday, the 29th of May, but it's not solely set for that date. I do believe that, Spirit, our guides, or even our own higher power or our higher selves can help get the messages to us in divine timing. So if you're seeing this in your YouTube feed or Facebook feed or wherever in your socials and you're saying, you're hearing, oh, it's May 29th, I'm going to turn off or skip this video. I say don't. I say look at it and see if what I say applies to some situation in your life. If it does, then that means the message is for you at that time, okay? Some of that's about having faith, and also, to be honest, being aware, having awareness and consciousness and paying attention to all that's going on around you. So don't get caught up in the date necessarily. And, like I said, take what you need and leave the rest. Also, inside the drop-down menu on the YouTube video is some things I want you to keep in mind when utilizing any of my videos, right? So things that I want you to think about. So check that out, please. I greatly appreciate it. And let's see what's going on in the cards. Hi, what are you doing? You came to visit? Okay. And our card for this morning is the 8 of Swords. Okay, we are like all over the place this ending out this week. It's a little bit sort of interesting. Yesterday we had that Lover's card, which would be sort of air energy and Gemini. I did say yesterday we had that sort of idea of, Gemini sometimes can represent a choice. And I said that we have the opportunity to kind of look through that filter of the lovers and align our hearts and our minds together was kind of the message that I was getting from the majority of people. And in doing so, we might be able to see things from a more positive and uplifting perspective, from a brighter light. To me, it feels like that may be less available to us, obviously, today with this 8 of Swords. I mean, when you look at her, she's restrained, she's blindfolded, she's trapped by 8 swords, or at least she thinks she's trapped. The problem is she can't see that right in front of her there are no swords. She can just sort of walk her way around. But she's kind of got herself wrapped up, no pun intended, and a little bit preoccupied, certainly, right, with her situation or the situations at hand. Things that she may feel like she cannot control or that she is victim to, right? That she is sort of forced to face, must deal with. It's that kind of an energy. Now, when I'm looking at this, the one key thing in this is that A, she doesn't have swords completely around her. So we need to remember that the situation is probably not as bad as we think it is, right? And think is the really the key word in that sentence, because we're looking at swords energy, which would be the mind. So if our thoughts are leading us to a place that feels stuck, stagnant, unable to maybe be happy or feel free, then that would be this energy. There's nothing wrong with that, right? We get into those places, obviously, where we get frustrated with someone or something that we can't seem to get the results we want, or maybe even it's frustration with ourselves. Say maybe we're repeating a behavior that we don't feel as though we want to and we can't stop doing it. That could be engaging with, I don't know, fighting with somebody or allowing them to push our buttons, just being frustrated with life in general and feeling stuck, like we don't have many options. The beautiful thing is we see this castle in the background here, right? And we also see some of this water here, so that some of this is not just our mind, but also emotionally we might be a little bit kind of all over the place, or, underneath it, our emotions are sort of maybe giving us a little bit of trouble, which is leading to this sort of stuck or stagnant feeling in the mind. Now, the castle in the background says to me that all hope is not lost, right? We can free ourselves from this. But again, we need to get back to that sort of idea of that lover's energy that we saw the day previous. Remember, we had the King of Swords before that. So I'm not surprised that we're seeing this Eight of Swords in a way, because there's a lot of sort of air energy here that we're like kind of working our way through, I think. And what I mean by that is we need to be really paying attention to our thoughts and the things we say to ourselves and to those around us, or the things that are being said to us and how they make us feel and how they make us perceive our situations. If people are saying to us, oh, now maybe isn't the time to do that, or do you think that's really the right thing to do? They may be people that love us and they may be trying to caution us in a way to quote unquote, help us, but is it really helping us, or is it limiting us or creating maybe fear, worry, that feeling of, again, not being able to make a decision or move or a choice, right? Underneath this card for the weekend, we have that King of Cups, which to me, he is loving, he is compassionate, he is connected emotionally, right? So there could be today a little bit of a fight between that, emotional well-being and mental well-being, right? And mental may be winning out the fight today, or be more at the forefront with this Eight of Swords being present today. Eight of Swords is not, a never-ending situation. It's not, it can be a bit overwhelming, but to me, it's not like the be-all, end-all. It's not like we're completely stuck here forever and it's never going to get better. We have to find the hope. We have to find that castle in the background. We have to sort of dig deep and begin to take sort of, I don't know if responsibility is the right word, but to sort of take responsibility for changing our situation mentally. We have the strength of that King of Cups underneath emotionally, where he should be showing us the way. If we can get beyond our worries, our fears, our angers, our frustrations, our anxieties, and get into a place of emotional well-being, which would be the King of Cups, we can remove ourselves from anything that might make us feel frustrated, stuck, or just, kind of what this card is projecting. Remember, that word today, or the word for the week, the stone for the week, to the grounding, is that idea of knowledge. So it doesn't surprise me that we're looking at all of this swords energy, because we're working with the brain and what we know to be true. And I think that ideally, we're hopefully adjusting those things. Remember, there's 3 planets in retrograde: Saturn, Pluto, and Mercury. If it's not in retrograde already, it's about to go into retrograde. And we just had that big old lunar eclipse. So there's some stuff planetarily that's going on. And I think that it's really requiring us to kind of dig up whatever we haven't addressed from the past and kind of shift it, or put it into a position that is better suited to us, right? Or that is more current or present with who we are today versus who we were then. Right? And so this might be a challenge for us today, which in all actuality, is frustrating as it may feel, or as limiting as this card may feel. It's actually an opportunity for us to learn a new way of seeing things, or learn our way out of an old pattern of thought or behavior that does not serve us. So keep that in mind today and kind of look at it from there. That to me would be more of a King of Cups perception, more broader, trying to find a position of acceptance and gratitude for the things that maybe go on in our life that don't necessarily work out the way that we want them to, and shift ourselves. Because that Lover's card yesterday, that reading yesterday was a good reading in the sense that we do have the opportunity to really be emboldened and open to all of that. Now, here is the Botanical Oracle card. This is Elder, which is ritual. I like that it says elder in the sense that, and the word ritual, and elderberries, I know that this is food, right? But I love that it sort of does take me to this place of who we are deeper within, right? These deep, dark blackberries, right? In the sense of what's going on in our subconscious. Why is this camera pulsing like that? Do you see that? It's so strange. There we go. That stopped it. Sorry, guys. Those deep, dark blackberries and the idea of ritual says, like, where in our deepest part of our subconscious, in our deepest part of our mental realm, who are we? What do we believe to be true? What are our rituals? What are our thought patterns? Where do we, if we're in a situation where we feel restricted, confined, limited, held down, or whatever's going on for us, right? If we feel trapped or stuck, what is it deep within us that tells us that we deserve this on some level? Because ultimately, like at a spiritual level, if we're allowing this in, or if it's happening to us on some level, we are allowing it. Even if it's through our resistance to it, right? There's that whole idea in the laws of manifestation that if you focus on something, it'll bring more of it to you. So when we focus on what we're worried about or what we don't want to have happen, sometimes we can manifest that very thing that we're trying to avoid. So to me, this ritual, this elderflower or this elderberry card is asking me, or it feels like it's taking me to a place of digging deep today, finding that knowledge or that inner awareness of where is it that we might limit ourselves within our own thoughts. Yes, situations can be a pain in the ass. Yes, people can be, needy or problematic, but they're only as problematic in our lives as we give them, focus or attention. Does that make sense? So I feel like ritual is asking us to dig deep today. Let's see what is going on with the grounding stone. Here's what we want to ground in. Okay, interesting. And it is on malachite, which makes me think of these elderberry flowers. The word is enjoy. Try to find that peace, that happiness. I feel like this enjoy is about, it's also the connection of the blackberries to the black stone. Not malachite. What am I talking about? This is not malachite. It's obsidian. Obsidian wards off negativity. It's a very strong stone. So any negativity in this Eight of Swords, think about counteracting it with the idea of enjoyment. Where can you enjoy parts of your day today? Where can you go deep and find within you what it is that you truly believe about what it is that you deserve, right? And then set about understanding that knowledge or gaining that knowledge and then taking it and utilizing it in a different way so that you can indeed enjoy your day. You can enjoy the experiences that are going on around you. Understand that challenges that are presented are opportunities for us to rise up and meet them versus, be just pissed off at them. It's a shift in energy. It's a sort of a shifting from, a place of being stuck to a place of taking ownership. It's a very powerful stuff. And I think that from that powerful stuff, we end up learning and gaining the knowledge that we seek this week. All right, that's your forecast. Please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow to see how this week ends out. Again, just a reminder, the poll is up over on Patreon. Please vote for next month's deck. Check out your tarot scopes, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care and have a great day. Bye-bye.